Medical disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes. It does not replace the medical advice of a trained doctor. Seek medical advice before beginning any treatment plan. Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. I don't want to even show you what the blood sugar is, but that was the deal I made. And the magical number is 16.6. 3 arrows going up, which is not good. Carpal's still there, but what I want to discuss today is a perception that some people want to carry around, and that is, well, I'm the perfect diabetic. And you know what? No, you're not. No one's blood sugars are 100% of the time perfect. I only eat what I'm supposed to eat. Because you're not. I could tell you that right from the get-go. Life gets in the way. You forget your glucometer at home, and I know I said, well, you really should go and get your glucometer and bring it back. But sometimes you just don't. You get lazy. And I don't care who the best diabetic influencer is on this site. You're not perfect. God forbid you never miscount your carbs? Oh, I find that hard to believe. Sorry, itchy nose, scratchy eye. I can tell you, when I was working, getting up in the morning, getting dressed, having to get to the office, did I ever forget to take my shot? Well, that's a very big possibility. Why do people do these things? And then worst of all, sorry. There you go. Some skin on the lip. Go to the doctors and say, oh yes, everything is just wonderful. But now there's blood tests that can tell where you are at and how well you're doing. So there's no point in trying to lie to your doctor. But people think it's a big game. It's not a big game when you're dealing with your health. And I did a whole big thing about not do stair training. However, sometimes you need to know what the complications can be. And hopefully you'll stop them, but it doesn't need to be dwelled on 24 hours a day. There we go. Sorry, that was just bugging me. People their doctors, they don't want to get a lecture on how well they're doing and how well you're not. That's not great, is it? There we go. That's better. I, the play, boss. The play. You can hear him playing. Go by. Now, that doesn't mean sometimes you can have something sweet. But again, don't live your whole life around it. And it always seems to be that diabetics have a sweet tooth. Especially type 1s. And I still wonder if this is made or if we're actually like stuff sweet. Because when I was when I was developing my diabetes, everything was, oh no, you can't have that. Oh no, you can't have that. And you know what? It makes you feel that you have failed. And the toughest thing sometimes is to get up, move it along, and get right back on it again. If you're having a tough time maintaining control, tell your doctor. It's not such a big deal. They may be able to help. And I've said this before, and it just keeps in the back of my mind, is don't try to be perfect, because it's not going to happen. You could strive for excellence, but don't just sit there and say, oh yes, I'm the perfect little diabetic. Oh yes. Stress just doesn't bother me whatsoever. Well, that's a little bit of a lie, don't you think? No matter how well you deal with stress, it's still going to cause you issues. There was a time I just kind of got out of my diabetes era of being the honeymoon phase and everything. And I went to the doctor with my test results that I put all together, got a brand new typewriter. I typed it all out. And I got yelled at. And I kind of walked out of there and I said, no more. Now, did I go and say, oh, well, I gotta find a new doctor? No, I knew enough about diabetes. I'll just carry on my way. I ended up in the hospital more times than we cared to like. So, always do the best you can. Your doctors are there to help. The dietitian's there to help. The nurse, your diabetic nurse or educator is there to help. Some people always sit back and say, You know, they're all talking about me behind my back. Well, get involved. Get into the conversation. Well, I've tried this. This hasn't worked in the past. What else can we do? When I labile, brittle, whatever you like to call it, I was passed around from doctor to doctor until I settled down on my last two endos. But they would all go back and say, okay, now we're going to do this, and now we're going to try to do that. And I kept saying, we did this, it didn't work. So it's a two-way street. I was always the perfect diabetic. I'm still not the perfect diabetic. I try to do the best I can each and every day. You need to help and develop a program that works the best for you and to help maintain excellent blood sugars. And with that, have a great day. Bye.